Welcome to Higher Calling Wildlife. This is Chester Moore. Do black panthers exist? Is there proof that the Black Panther phenomenon can be linked to black mountain lions? Are there black mountain lions in the United States of America? We're going to talk about this in part 2 of our series on Black Panthers. Now, however, I would appreciate you subscribing to this channel, Chester Moore, wildlife journalist and investigator, to get more content like this, lots of in-depth stuff on mysterious wildlife and wildlife conservation. People have reported seeing large black cats with long tails for many years in the United States of America. However, although they're called black panthers, there is no such species as a black panther on the globe. We talk about this in the first episode of this series. You can go back and watch. In other words, there's no animal that's out there that's just called a black panther. The black cats you see in zoos, in television programs, etc., are melanistic, which is like a hyper amount of black pigment, leopards and jaguars. However, leopards are not native to the U.S., and there's only verified jaguar reports along the southern border in New Mexico and Arizona. So people assume large black cat sightings throughout the United States are mountain lions. Now, mountain lions have lots of names. I typically call them cougars, but they're called mountain lion. In southern Florida, they're called panther. Throughout much of Central and South America, they're called puma and lots of regional names. In the Ozarks, they were called painter. And in parts of Canada, they're known as catamount. But science calls them puma concolor. And here's the interesting thing about this. They are the most widely distributed cat on the planet. From way up in Canada all the way the very southern tip of South America, across the United States of America, is the native range of puma concolor. And although there are around 3,000 cougars legally killed and harvested in the United States every year, there are hundreds in zoos and private facilities around the world. There has never been one single specimen, not one single specimen, verified as black. Not on a game camera, not in a taxidermist collection, not at a hunting check station, not born in a zoo. As far as we know, there have never been any black mountain lions verified by science. So what are people seeing? That's the big answer that people are looking for. What are people seeing? People say black panther, and in my experience, the vast majority of people assume people are talking about a black mountain lion. It's a very, very interesting part of this discussion because they are the large cat with a long tail distributed throughout North America. So that would be the assumption that people are seeing black panthers in Washington State, black panthers in Florida, both have mountain lions. However, there's never been a single black specimen verified by science. There is a dark colored specimen that was killed in Costa Rica in the 1950s. And there's a picture of this you can see over at my blog at highercalling.net. We'll share it here and share more about this over at highercalling.net, the blog. And you can see this cat, and it looks dark. But in my opinion, this is a very dark brown cat, a very dark brown. Down there, they would call it a puma. And this is the only evidence that I've ever seen that clearly shows a mountain lion that has a super dark coloration. But in my opinion, this black and white photo shows a dark brown cat. Now, the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department does admit that dark colored brown mountain lions or even grayish tint colored mountain lions can appear black or almost chocolate in low light conditions. I have photographed mountain lions in captive settings all over the country in naturalistic settings, and there have been times that when I saw them in the shadows, I could see where someone would think they were looking at an actual black mountain lion, especially moving across a road, maybe down in the Everglades or the Louisiana swamps, early in the morning, late in the evening, that kind of thing. But the other side of this is that the mountain lion is a very studied animal. There have been no official designations of black specimens. There have, however, been white specimen. A few years back, a camera trap set in an ecological reserve in Brazil showed this beautiful leucistic mountain lion down there called a puma. It has the blue eyes, and a leucistic means that it's white, but it doesn't have like the albino eyes. It has kind of normal colored eyes, or in this case, maybe a blue colored eye. Like you see, a lot of the tigers that are white also have blue eyes. Is it possible there could be black mountain lions? Sure, it's possible. But in my opinion, the sightings that people are reporting around America are not black mountain lions. Hey, I have a friend of mine, Jim Broadus of Bear Creek Feline Center, who works with mountain lions every day of his life. He says he saw a black mountain lion in Florida. I believe what he saw was definitely dark colored and possibly could be a black mountain lion. We just don't have scientific verification of this. So, in my opinion, we can rule out the mountain lion as the number one suspect for black panthers in America. They're still on the list. It's possible. I have credible friends who say they've seen them. But in terms of anything that we can verify by science, we have to rule out the mountain lion as the number one suspect. As I said in the first video, I think there are numerous explanations of what people are calling black panthers. Now, interestingly, there are white panthers. There was a white panther, a white mountain lion born in a zoo in Greece, and there was a white one captured on a trail camera in Brazil, as well as numerous reports in the Red Rocks Natural Area near Las Vegas, Nevada, of a white mountain lion. So very interesting that you have verified white specimens that are super rare. Is it possible that since there are a few white panthers that are mountain lions, that there could be a few black ones? What do you think? So far, the jury is still out. In my opinion, the Black Panther phenomenon kind of has a scale of suspects. And we'll do that in the final video of this 8-part series, ranking what I think are the top suspects and the bottom suspects. And I'll go ahead and let you know that black mountain lions are way down on my list of suspects. But maybe you have a different opinion. Hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to Chester Moore, wildlife journalist and investigator, and keep up with our 8-part series on Black Panthers. Next up is going to be a very mysterious cat, the jaguarundi.